Hello everybody, Osashiburi. It's been a long time. I've been like really sick RL because of things. It's been awful, so I haven't been able to put out videos. I'm so sorry. I'm like super behind. But we had a question about anime heads and hair. So I'm going to try and cover as many bases as I can. But one thing you got to realize about SL in the first go is that not all hair is created equal. So I'm going to try and talk about some of the different stores, but really you got to keep an open mind with these things. First up, I'm wearing a new Ayashi hair. This is a short one. I just wanted to show like how it kind of sits. This is a rigged one. Usually the rigged are a little bit bigger than some heads, and that's fine. It usually sits pretty good on most anime heads. Mine is a little smaller than the default because I work with like lashes and other face stuff, so I want that to stand out a bit more. Now, another thing you'll run into besides rigged hair, which is probably the most popular right now, it's rigged mesh, is resize hair. Now, as you can see, I put on the default resize hair, and it's clipping the hell out of my head. So we click it, and some of them have stretch percentages, some have X, Y, and Z. If you're not sure what your X, Y, and Z's are, I selected my ears right now, but X is the red arrow, so it's that way if you want to stretch it forward. Y is the green, and it's going that way, stretch it side to side, and Z is your depth. Now, not all hair is the same, as you can see with this. It's actually the same as what my ears were, but some hair is made a little differently, so your X, Y, and Z may be a little different. Now, I like to just stretch the whole dang thing, and I'm so used to this that some of the numbers come naturally to me. Like, it's only a little bit of clipping, not so bad. I stretched it to the minimum, which is about 11 on my head right now. Some might want a little more, there's stretch it up to 10%. It's a little more puffy now. So, then we hit done. And that's fine. That's typical for Ayashi hair, and probably the most popular hair you're going to see for anime heads because they have a lot of versatility with that. Next thing I'm going to talk about is bald base, which usually isn't a problem for most people because a lot of bald bases have been fixed since the early ages. I'm going back to Girl 6, which I don't even know if exists, but they had a bad bald base. As you can see, it partially pops up there, and it's hard to see, so we're going to work off this rainbow. But it makes a weird invisible texture, and it actually clips through some of the kind of alpha-y textures of my hair, and it makes it look bad. Now, that's something I've had problems with, so I'm just going to type in bald base. I have like a bajillion bald bases, and it will go away, as you see. Like, it's all gone. It's just some bald bases aren't all created equal. There are some bad ones out there. Just something to look for. It's not a huge deal, but it can mess up your hair. Now, another thing I'm going to hop to is some older style hair. This was my old sadistic hacker hair. This place is gone. And as you can see, this is flexy. It's got kind of a weird looking texture to it. It moves. If I spin around, it's going to flow like it does. That's an older style of SL hair. It's not really used as much anymore because everyone's kind of switched to mesh. But that's something to keep in mind if it's something you like. Say you want to build hair or add on to your hair, you can do that. But the majority is mesh. Now, there's rigged mesh and unrigged mesh. We're going to talk about unrigged mesh real fast. This was a rose quartz hair I picked up on Marketplace. And as you can see, this is unrigged. I can move it however I want. And I can resize it, which is good for some mesh. But the majority of hair you're going to get is rigged mesh, which I'm going to hop out and over to Rosy Mood hair, which you can see it's sitting on my head and shoulders. If I like tried to turn my head or something, it would turn on my head. I don't think I have a real good head turn. This one you can select, but as you see, I can't move it. I can move this little thing, but it's not doing anything for the hair. So there's no resizing and stuff with that. It's as it is. This hair is mod, as we're gonna go to that. And you can see all this stuff. Now, if you feel savvy enough, you can replace textures. Like, say, I don't really want to be a blonde and they don't offer my hair color. But say you're like, oh, I'm like crazy pink hair anime girl. I can just tint it and get pretty close to something vibrant for what I want. And not, a lot of the texture isn't lost because it's a lighter color. But say if the hair itself is black or you want it to be black, well, tinting isn't going to help you, and you're going to lose some of your texture there on the actual hair itself. So that's something to keep in mind, and lag is a pain. So yeah, as you can see, I was looking down and my hair was moving with me, and that's what Rig Mesh does. Now, that's something a lot of places usually have is mod hair, so you usually can change the color, but changing size on rigged mesh is pretty much a no-go. Another thing to bring up is something new that's been coming out. It's not that popular. This one doesn't sit well on my head. This is just a demo from Chevaux. It's a newish hair thing. Now this is animated mesh hair. As you can see, it's got like a lump to it because it's moving in the animated thing. And it moves. It's kind of almost as close as you're going to get to flexi hair nowadays since people don't usually use it. But it's not very common. You're not going to see that too much around yet. I think it's still a relatively new thing. And I don't even know if they can do things with bento yet. Another thing that you might want to consider is combining hairs. Like this one I'm about to put on is Alice Project hair. That hair's cute. But what if I want to make it a little more? I take another Alice Project hair, the same color, and I can add it on there. Now it might look a little strange, but it gives me a little more volume, and I just combined two hairstyles. That's another thing you've been noticing probably around the grid is people taking two hairstyles, maybe replacing the texture and making it their own. That's something I've noticed, and it's horrible if you want to recreate it because some people combine like up to 2 or 3 hairstyles, and you can't inspect it or know. And a lot of people don't like sharing where they got the information from. One thing that I think came up is anime friendly. Like, this fits. It's fine. But as you saw in the demo that I did for Chevaux, some hair isn't meant to be anime friendly. It's meant for human base heads. There's only one way I can think of to combat that, and that is shrinking your head. And most heads will let you shrink them or have a stretch feature or something. Like on my HUD, I think I have a resize feature under customization. I'm trying to remember where it is. I know there's eye and stuff. Yeah, head size setup. I mean, you could squish it and try to make it fit a rigged thing if you really, really want to. Like, I have a couple hairstyles in my mess of an inventory. I think it's Dew that gave me that problem. And I spelled it wrong because I put little stars. I'll just take off these hairstyles. I've gotten really good at clicking those, by the way. It's also a pain. Oh no, it's not Dew, it's Doe. Sorry. There's also a lot of hair stores that sound the same. Dew, Doe, and all that stuff. Oh, it kills me. And I'm trying to find it. I think it's one of these ones. It was a gacha I played, and I like really loved the hair. Oh my god, this thing is a mess. Trying to find it and not break everything. This is what happens when you have a messy inventory, people. Keep it clean. I think this might be it. Maybe. We will wait for things to attach. That might be... yeah. As you can see, it's a nice hairstyle, don't get me wrong. But the problem is it wants you to have a small head. It's not going to resize. It's just clipping like all heck. But, you know, you can make a smaller size head and it will work. I mean, not everything will work perfectly. You might have to play around with it a lot, but most of it's pretty good. put on this hairstyle. I don't like being bald. Um, as I mentioned with resize scripts, not all scripts work the same. I know Love Soul has one where you hold down a click button and a weird little HUD pops up. And there are some different ones that work off different things. There's not too many. Almost everyone follows like the same thing. Most of the stuff I think I talked about. If you're hair shopping, now this is a big thing. You mostly want to go check out search. Just type in hair. And then see what comes up. There's a lot of junk that comes up, and I'm not gonna lie. It can be a pain. But like Truth is a well-known brand. A lot of people like going there. Ayashi's well-known. And you could find some new places you don't really know about. Like, I don't know about excess hair too much. And there's like Lalutka that most people don't think about their hair. They think more about their bodies and some other things. So just explore. Go on Marketplace. There's some really good like little stores on Marketplace that sell like anime themed hair. And it's just totally worthwhile for checking it out, and ask friends too or other people. You can inspect their hair sometimes and it'll give you a direction to go in. So I hope that helped everybody out, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I love answering them. They're a lot easier for me than making a whole video, but I like making the videos and I'll be trying to do it. Hopefully my health keeps up. Well, see you guys. Bye!